Hello there, it's Andrew Robson. I'm talking about my favourite board on each of the Children in Need duplicates this week. And today, Wednesday, my favourite board is number 19. Very interesting in the bidding and also the play and defence. Well, South's going to pass, of course. I'm assuming a weak no trump. So West opening 1 no trump. North's going to double. Penalty double, showing 16 or more points, maybe a tad less if you've got a very good suit to lead. Now, it is important when you play a weak no trump that you play a wriggle, and the wriggle I like is the Helmic Wriggle, whereby if you have a single suited hand, a 5-card suit, then you redouble. Partner then has to bid 2 clubs and you pass or correct to your 5-card suit. If instead you have 2 4-card suits or 2 5-card suits, then you bid the lower of the 2 suits at the 2 level. And if you're 5-4, you can actually choose whether you treat your hand as a 1-suitor or a 2-suited hand. I would generally recommend that if you're 5-4, then if you have 5 in the higher ranking suit, then just treat it as a 1-suitor, redoubling into that suit. If you have 5 cards in the lower ranking suit, then you bid that suit to show, in principle, 4 in that suit and 4 in a higher suit. That generally works better. But East here is 5-5. And so that's clearly a 2-suited hand. 2 diamonds, that shows 4-4 is what partner's going to assume in diamonds and a higher ranking suit. So I like the Helmic Wriggle. Some people play a method whereby pass forces redouble, but I don't like that because sometimes you simply want to play in 1 no trump doubled. So for me, pass is just please pass out 1 no trump doubled and bonne chance. And you would do that if you're 4-3-3-3, or if you had sort of 7-8 scattered points and you thought 1 no trump double could make. And I believe that this method is called Helmic from Scandinavia, I think. So 2 diamonds and a major. And now, how should you play doubles by the doubling side, north-south here? Well, I would suggest that you play a double by south as penalties because partner's already bid. Already called, I should say. South's not going to double here. You would normally want 4 trumps to double. South's going to pass. West is happily going to pass. And now, a question of how you play double by the doubler of 1 no trump. You can play it either way, and obviously it's important to have an understanding. But on my daily bridge cast and how I generally play and recommend, double is take out here because your partner hasn't called. So North has the perfect shape of hand for that. If double was penalties, it would be trickier for North to know what to do. Maybe would bid 3 diamonds to say, I've got a good hand, talk to me. But double for takeout. And now 2 spades from South. So North has to be aware that South could have nothing. So it would be an overbid for North to go 4 spades. North's just going to go 3 spades. Partner, do you have a little something or do you actually have nothing? And, well, South definitely got a little something. That king of diamonds may be in the wrong place. It probably be better to have the king in either hearts or clubs, but 4 spades to the king 10 is pretty much enough in itself to accept the game invitation, especially with a doubleton on the side. So it's a fairly clear 4 spade bid there from South. When you've shown nothing and you've actually got something, you've got to be aware of that and take the bullish move. Right, so 4 spades by South. West has promising defence. Definitely a mistake to double though. Players are wont to make very dubious penalty doubles with decent but not great trump holdings. It tips off your trumps. Just sit there and you're far more likely to defeat the contract. It's definitely a mistake for West to double. And now the big question is, what do you think West should lead? West is going to be sure that East has a diamonds and hearts on the bidding. Ace and another heart? Really? I think that's giving a lot away. Declaro would actually have a pretty easy ride on ace and another heart. It's giving too much away. Declaro would win in the dummy. can then ruff a heart in hand, and well, West can win just one spade trick and the ace of diamonds from there. Dummy will soon be good. The super passive lead for West, giving basically nothing away, is a club, and we'll run through this, and then afterwards we'll look at what would have happened if West had led a diamond, which is actually I think possibly my preferred lead. Yes, really, from ace queen 9 to 4. But first, a club lead. Well, it's quite hard to make actually on a club lead. East giving the count there. You do need to lead a heart from your hand pretty early on. The only winning line actually is to cross to the king of spades and lead a heart. West ducking best. So you win the king, and now you've actually got to lead a heart off the dummy and hope that West's ace is now bare. So West wins and leads another club. Well, how do you think we should play it? If you think we should ruff a club, ruff the 5 of hearts with a spade, I don't think you actually should, because if you do that, West can over ruff, cash the ace of diamonds, and then lock you in the dummy with the jack of clubs. So you've actually got to cash the queen of clubs now and hope that East is out of spades. So then the question is East likely to have this shape? Can we now deduce that East has this shape? And I think the answer actually is yes. So clearly West began with a doubleton ace of hearts. Otherwise, they would have won the trick with the jack and not with the ace. So that means that East began with 5 hearts. Now, if East began with 5 hearts and 4 diamonds, that would mean that West had 5 diamonds. I think West would have raised to 3 diamonds. And I also think that if East has 5 hearts and 4 diamonds, maybe East would get out via the redouble. As I mentioned, with 5-4 in the higher ranking suit, probably better to go via the redouble. The reason for that, by the way, is if partner's 3-3 in the 2 suits, you'll want to play the 5-3 and not the 4-3. So I actually think that East is marked with 5 hearts and marked with 5 diamonds, and therefore East has no more black cards. So what we've got to do is we've got to actually cash the queen of clubs to remove West's jack of clubs exit card. Now we ruff the losing heart, and there's nothing that West can do. West over ruffing won't help West, nor will discarding. We're now going to lead 10 of spades. It won't help West to duck. Covering is best. We can actually make this if we win the ace, but I think it's easier to make by just ducking the jack. Nothing that West can do other than play ace and another diamond. But we can win in hand. And now we've got a mark spade finesse, and dummy's good. Quite a struggle though on the passive club lead. Much, much easier on ace and another heart. Experts are big passive leaders, you'll find. Less experienced players don't play the long road. They don't play it as well as experts. That's part of it. So they tend to go for the quick kill more. So less experienced players would lead probably ace and another heart in preference to the club. But I actually think the best lead is a diamond, ace and another diamond. Now I know it's unorthodox to lead from ace queen to 4, but here's the thing: you've got 4 decent trumps. When you have trump length, lead length, to try to force the declarer and dummies trumps down and so gain trump superiority. I like ace and another diamond. It's hard to make after ace and another diamond. You actually discard a heart from the dummy as you win the king of diamonds, and then to make it you actually have to pass a lower spade at trick 3. You have to pass the 6 or 7 or 10 of spades and play West to have both the queen and the jack. I mean, there are indications that spades are going to be 4-1 when West leads the length. if you believe that West is using that maxim with trump length, lead length. But it's not an easy hand. It's not an easy hand to make. And that is my favourite hand of the day. Interesting in the bidding, the Helmic Wriggle, and whether doubles are penalties or takeout. You need to have an agreement. And then also an interesting chat about how in the long run, the passive defence tends to do better than the quick kill defence of the sort of ace and another heart. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed me running through the board. And just to remind you, I do have a series of Bridgecast channels where I run through interesting deals for different levels of player every day. You can subscribe. Details below. Bye.